Methods of studying plant diseases. Chapter from plant pathology. So, pathologist, how he recognize the disease in the field. For further study, he try to bring the material into the laboratory for further investigation if he is in need of, and the details related what are different methods he use for this purpose. That account we will see in this chapter, methods of studying plant diseases. Pathologist is one who is having a critical eye and the knowledge of taxonomy, you can say mycology, and knowledge related with the anatomy and the plant behavior. All these things he must know to diagnose the disease. Unless and until he is familiar with these different branches. In addition to that, physiology is another branch of which plant pathologist must have the knowledge of plant physiology even. These methods are for the study of plant diseases. They are varied and only few of them they are general methods. So one can study the specific plant disease by means of their symptoms, studied either by naked eye or with the aid of hand lens while in the field of particular crop. The symptoms of many diseases are more or less similar in appearance. And if so, it becomes quite difficult to differentiate a particular disease only on the basis of its external symptoms. And for this purpose, a careful study of plant disease, then host parasite interaction, so that should be considered or should be taken into account, and this requires a microscope for its further details. For the study of plant disease, just now I have told you basic knowledge of botany in the field of anatomy, taxonomy, physiology. So it is essential. Identification of pathogen of new disease requires study of its life cycle as well as study of its crucial physiological and biochemical properties. Such type of study includes isolation of the causal organism from the host, its culturing on the culture media or on greenhouse plants, and its examination under various procedures of study of microorganisms in the laboratory. So this includes laboratory techniques for handling causal organism, study of their pure culture, and the procedures involved in the study of their physiology and biochemistry. Some of the methods they are followed for the plant disease investigations in the laboratory and the field. So first, macroscopic study. First method adopted for studying plant diseases, macroscopic study. In certain plant diseases, symptoms are so specific that one can immediately identify only by having a glance at it. For example, wheat smut of sugarcane or wheat rust. So easily by looking to the plant, the symptoms can be seen and one can confirm that this is even. But sometimes for identification of plant disease, it becomes essential to use hand lens. By using hand lens, one can observe the ectophytic mycelia or mycelia present on the surface of the plant body. Then the structures like Cleistothecia, Sclerosia, Conidiophores, Conidia, and like these other fruiting bodies can be observed with the help of hand lens in the field on the surface of the plant body. And on the basis of presence of these characteristic structures, disease can be identified and confirmed. For example, red rot. In case of sugarcane, the symptoms of red rot that appear on the midrib, and with the help of hand lens, these lesions they are visible and it confirms the thing that it is a red rot. Like this, the macroscopic study in the field for certain diseases is made. So pathologist must have a critical eye and he can identify the symptoms of plant diseases, and this can be achieved only through a great deal of experience. Unless and until one must have such a skill or experience, and then only it is possible to identify the disease in the field. So after macroscopic study, now microscopic study, another method of studying plant diseases, microscopic study. So after observation of the lesions or symptoms with the help of hand lens in the field, a careful microscopic examination of sections of diseased tissues, maybe transverse section or longitudinal section, is done in the laboratory, and the sections are seen under the microscope. And for this purpose, one can use microtome machine even, and the method of differential staining, if essential, can be used for this purpose. This is for differential staining is done for differentiation of the mycelium from the host tissue. Mycelium from the host tissue. So, for example, if fungal infection is there, if that is the possibility, one can go towards the use of cotton blue for this purpose. To study the host parasite relationship, temporary slides are prepared. Mycelium of the fungus, then its asexual and sexual stage, and the protein bodies, if present, are studied under different powers of objectives of microscope. Firstly under low power, then under high power, and then go towards oil immersion lenses. So such magnifications they are used, and by using these magnifications the detailed study of the pathogen or identification of the pathogen responsible for the disease cause is done. In certain cases, only teasing of material, infected material is taken to the laboratory, and teasing of such infected material on the slide with the help of needle is quite useful and enough. And this teased material may be examined under the microscope in different magnifications, and somatic structure, then its reproductive structure and fruit bodies, if any, they are examined. For example, the disease like downy or powdery mildews, they are studied like this, and many other plant diseases can be studied like this. Only presence of the pathogen on the surface of the body of the plant does not mean that it is a disease causing parasite. And further, for testing the pathogenicity of the pathogen, some tests, experiments, they are done, and that is the further study or detailed study of that particular plant disease. So in methods for studying plant diseases, field observation is one of the method, and what one has to do over there, that we have seen what actually in the field pathologist has to do, and after that in the laboratory what further investigation should be made, that we have seen in brief. And two different methods: microscopic study of plant disease and macroscopic study of plant disease. The related things we have discussed over here. Okay. See here some of the on the screen you can observe over here some of the glasswares required for the laboratory investigation of the plant diseases.